It's day 7,000 of quarantine, and I have adopted a pet chimp named Chungus. Sonic movie. I loved it. And now that it's out on digital for all Sonic fans and people that just genuinely want to watch the movie with their kids and by themselves, like me, you now have the opportunity to watch that. And of course, I did. Legally, because I'm going to pay my boy Sonic. I'm going to pay him. After I watched the movie, this was my third time watching it, I believe, I started theorizing, plotting what I want the sequel to be all about. So here's my pitch for the Sonic movie sequel. This intro is so fucking confusing, but that's okay. Here we go. So first off, I want this movie to take place about a year after the events of the first. We can have like a quick moment of showing how Sonic has adapted to his new community, because spoilers, at the end of the movie everybody accepts Sonic. They accept that he's a blue hedgehog from a different world, and they all accept that. So we should show Sonic getting used to the new community he's in, even though he's been living there for like 14 years. Now he's in this community where he's finally accepted and people aren't afraid of the Blue Devil, like they call him in the movie. So we can see a little bit of him adapting and stuff. And then that's when our boy Tails arrives. I would have Tails arrive to Sonic's house and basically be like, hey, you don't know me, my name's Tails, I'm from your world and I need your help. Why? Because Eggman's back. Jim Carrey's back. Oh no, not Jimathan Carrey. He's back and he's taking over Sonic's world slowly with these 7 powerful gems called the Chaos Emeralds. He has 3 in his possession. So now Sonic and Tails need to go back to his world and get the rest, the 4 plus 3 is 7, yeah. So Sonic and Tails need to go back to Sonic's original world to collect the last 4 emeralds before Eggman does. And then there's a big shocking reveal that Lawn Claw, Sonic's mother / tutor, protector, is still alive, and she's the one who sent Tails to find Sonic. So Sonic and Tails go to Sonic's world and the hunt for the Chaos Emeralds begins. Now, the first movie, it was really Earth-based, you know, like we saw some of Sonic's worlds, like the classic zones that Sonic fans know. So in this, I want to go away from the human aspect of this new Sonic franchise, besides Jim Carrey and Dr. Eggman. So this whole movie is going to take place on Sonic's world, Green Hills and a bunch of other zones. So Sonic and Tails go back to his world. Sonic can have a nice little reunion with Lawn Claw because he's missed her, because he hasn't seen her in like 14 years or 15 now, I guess, because he thought that she died to the Echidnas, and the Echidnas were trying to get Sonic in the first movie to gain his speed. They'll do a little thing in the movie where you find out that Lawn Claw escaped, and I would have the Echidnas eventually went and extinct. Besides one, and I think you know who I'm talking about. We'll get to him in a little bit. So, the hunt for the Chaos Emeralds begins. Sonic and Tails start going throughout Sonic's world, and I had to move because I just noticed the sun glare, so I'm going to keep moving. Sonic and Tails start the hunt for the Chaos Emeralds. Let's just say along the way they run into Badniks, which I want the Badniks to look, because in the first movie the robots Eggman had were called Badniks, but they didn't really look like this, and I want in the second movie for Eggman's new Badniks to look similar to the game's Badniks. So we run into some Badniks. I would say by the time Sonic and Tails get the second Chaos Emerald is when we are introduced to Knuckles. So now Sonic kind of has a new rival in this movie, because I would have Knuckles be working for Eggman, because Eggman, just like in the original Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, Eggman would trick Knuckles into believing that Sonic is evil and he wants the Chaos Emeralds for his own benefit. So Knuckles would believe this because that's what he does in the video games, and he would start tracking down Sonic to basically assassinate him. But yeah, so throughout the whole movie, we'd have some Sonic and Knuckles fights. So yeah, the whole movie would be Sonic and Tails looking for the emeralds, the last remaining 4. And they would just be running into Knuckles and Badniks along the way. And we can, you can see, the bond starting to form between Sonic and Tails, because in the video games, of course, they are best friends. They're Sega's Mario and Luigi. So yeah, the whole movie can, Sonic and Tails start growing a bond together. So yeah. So let's get to the final act. So let's just say Sonic and Tails get the last Chaos Emerald. Knuckles and Eggman show up. Sonic beats Knuckles, and let's just say he beats Eggman in a new robotic suit. So here's the kicker. Eggman kidnaps Tails and says, "You bring me the rest of the Chaos Emeralds, or Tails he's gonna die." So, and then this would be revealed that Eggman's really a bad guy, and then Knuckles would be like, "Oh, he tricked me, now I'm on your side." Okay, so then we'll just say Sonic and Knuckles go to Eggman's base for the final battle. Now, if you remember, if you've seen the first movie, in the mid-credits scene, Eggman still has Sonic's hair. So I think you know where I'm going with this, because people want this character in the second movie. The final battle would be Sonic and Knuckles versus Metal Sonic. So Dr. Eggman had Sonic's hair strand, so he was able to make a robot clone, basically, of Sonic. And Sonic and Knuckles begin to fight Metal Sonic. And basically, they get overwhelmed. They can't stop him. Eggman eventually gets the rest of the Chaos Emeralds, and he starts to terraform the planet. Let's just say that's what he's trying to do with the Chaos Emeralds. But Sonic springs up. Knuckles, let's just say Knuckles tells Sonic that he'll hold off Metal Sonic, so Sonic can go get the emeralds before the planet is terraformed. Sonic runs over to the emeralds. He reaches for the emeralds, but something happens when he grabs hold of the Chaos Emerald's power. And you know where I'm going with this. Sonic transforms into Super Sonic. Now, the writers and the creators, I'm forgetting their names for some reason right now, they said they did plan for Super Sonic to be in the first movie, but just scenes were cut, ideas were scrapped, and Super Sonic just couldn't make it into the first movie. So now it's time for Super Sonic to shine in the sequel, and that's what happens. Sonic goes Super Sonic. He easily defeats Metal Sonic and defeats Eggman. We'll just say he thinks he defeats Eggman, but Eggman is defeated, don't get me wrong, but we'll just say Eggman escapes, and Sonic thinks, "Oh, he's gone. He's dead. I killed him." But yeah, so the day would be saved. Sonic, Knuckles, and Tails would be friends. I would say Knuckles goes off on his own again, and Knuckles would be like, "If you ever need me, I'll be here." And then Lone Claw would ask Sonic a very important question. Does he want to stay in his original world, or does he want to go back to the human world, Earth, where he's made a family and he has friends and people love him there? And I think Sonic would choose Earth, just because he loves his new family and he loves his new friends, and now with Tails and Long Claw being alive, they can come visit anytime. And maybe Tails would go with Sonic. Maybe Tails would start living with Sonic on Earth. So there you go. It's a nice little story. Sonic will always will come to visit White Claw. I'm not sponsored by White Claw. Long Claw. But he can always come and visit Long Claw, and Tails and Sonic can live on Earth together and become best friends, which they already are by the end of this movie. So yeah, everything is saved. Sonic saved the day, and the planet wasn't terraformed. Everybody thinks Eggman's dead, but he's not. And that's where we get to the mid-credits scene. I would have Eggman, maybe he had a backup layer where he's typing up blueprints for the Death Egg. Now, it's just not the Death Egg he's working on. We would see a blueprint of the Death Egg, Eggman would laugh, and then as it's panning out, as the final shot, we see on a computer, Project Shadow. So basically I would have it. Metal Sonic failed. Now, maybe Eggman's realizing that he can't rely on a robot clone to take care of Sonic. So why not create an actual... How am I going to say this? Why not create an actual animal, I guess, with powers even greater than Shadow? Maybe Eggman has a Chaos Emerald, and that's how he's going to power up Shadow and, like, create Shadow, because Shadow is basically known, when it comes to the Chaos Emeralds, Shadow can harness their power really well. So maybe that's how Dr. Eggman makes Shadow. So, yeah, so for the third movie, I would want Shadow and Eggman to be the main villain. And that's it, everybody. Those were the all ideas I have. Just one more thing. Maybe they can introduce Amy somehow. That'd be cool. But if they don't fit Amy into the sequel, whatever. Definitely put her in the third movie. But why even talk about the third movie now? We don't even have any news on the second movie. Well, that's not true. We have rumors that The Rock is going to play Knuckles, which I'm not totally against. I'll give him a chance. But yeah, everybody, thank you so much for watching my video. If you have any ideas how you would want the Sonic sequel to play out, let me know in the comments below. I'd be happy to talk with you about it. Let me know what you think about my pitch or plot that I want to happen in the Sonic movie. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye!